who you are. I don't care what state you are. I don't care what you're about. You just got to respect that. You got to respect that because that should be the mentality. That should be what we teach our kids. That should be how we as adults handle all of our situations, right? So again, I'm happy that it is who it is being sworn in. All right, we'll just get that out the way now. However, it just sucks because it is who is sworn in. He's an Ohio State guy, man. And you got to have the day that it's likely that they go and win a national championship. He's got to be sworn in. So Ohio State now has more ammo. They don't get to just so here's what happens. And let me just walk you through the recruiting process for those of you who don't know. Here's what happens. Ryan, whether it's Ryan Day or anybody that's walking around with the Ohio State logo, any coach that's walking around with the Ohio State logo or the Michigan logo for that matter, any college football logo, you could replace it, whoever it is. If they're walking around and they're going and talking to top recruits, the next big time recruit, here's how the conversation is happening. All right. The coach is pitching the program, selling the program, and telling the program, hey, telling the kid about the program and how great the program is going to be. And telling the kid how great the program is going to be, yada, yada, yada. We do this, we produce this, we're all about this, yada, yada, all the championships we won, the rings we've had, how many times we play on TV, how many guys we got in the NFL, blah, 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 blah. That's the way that a college coach is going and talking to these recruits. Here's what I'm talking about a solid parent, a parent that is there and has the values and is asking the right questions. Here's what the right parents, all right, the parents that, and if you're not this parent, make sure you're asking this question. I'm giving you some advice as we go along here. The question that the parent has to the coach is, okay, but what about if my son doesn't make it to the NFL? The right parent is going to ask that question. Okay, the correct question for a parent who's being approached or being told by or being offered by a college football coach or program is being told how great the program is. The parent is going to ask, hopefully, again, I'm giving you some advice, wink, wink here. Okay, the correct parent is going to ask, okay, how does your school help my kid if he doesn't make it to the NFL? How does your school help my son in particular, because we're talking football? How does your school help my son if he does not make it to the NFL? How does your school help my son and with his academics, with his career outside of football? How does your school help my son if, God forbid, he gets hurt? How does your school help my son if if something goes wrong and it just so happens that somebody else is better than him and he's not playing? How does your school help my son outside of football? Period. And then the coach is left with that answer. You have to answer that question if you're dealing with a solid group of parents. You have got to answer that question, and you better be firm on it. You better know what the hell it is you're talking about.